All right, here we are. Joel Palgizzo here with another episode of Sunset Strip Confidential Part 3. We're going to talk some shit. We're going to talk about David Lee Roth, and we're going to talk about some of my drunken escapades back in the crazy, hazy, lazy 80s. So here we go. David Lee Roth. DLR. David Lee Roth. I can remember when he was the biggest rock star on the planet. He was the biggest rock star on the planet. We who lived in LA took Van Halen to our breast and nurtured them like a viper. They were an LA band, they were cool, they were loud, and they were ours. So it was that one night in 1982, I was walking down the street in Hollywood on my way to the Troubadour when from afar I saw someone walking towards me that looked strangely like David Lee Roth. As he walked closer, I saw that it was indeed David Lee Roth. Jesus! It was him! He looked exactly like David Lee Roth. I don't know why I thought that was strange. You look just like you! Oh my God, did I say that? Did I fucking say that? I hadn't yet learned the art of yawning. Yawning. It's a thing that we LA people do, pretending not to notice famous people. You have to learn how to yawn if you live in LA. You go to the Ralph's supermarket on Sunset and you pretend not to notice / pushing his cart towards you, right like that. He sees you, you see him. Perhaps there's an imperceptible nod between you, but that's it. No gawking. My girlfriend at the time, she hadn't learned the art of yawning yet. So there she was, standing up on her hind legs, chattering like a chimp. Oh my God, that Slash. Do you see him? That Slash. Oh my God, that Slash. Do you see him? He eats. He eats. He's just like us. He's just like us. He eats. He eats. He's not like us. He is not like us. He's rich. He's on MTV. He's playing the Coliseum, opening up for the Rolling Stones. And I'm pushing a cart here in Ralph's, pretending to shop so I can shoplift our dinner. The second time I saw David Lee Roth was at the Rainbow, many years later. He was outside on the patio holding court. My ex-wife saw him and made me go over and introduce us. So I walked over and I introduced him to my ex, and he proceeded to start kissing his biceps, one after the other. One after the other, for about 2 minutes straight. Shit got weird. He just kept on doing it, back and forth, over and over. It was like the three of us were stuck in a time loop, forced to relive this creepy fucking moment for all eternity. We finally just backed away. He's probably still there, kissing away, lips parched, standing next to the Lemmy statue. Come to think of it, he kind of looks like the Lemmy statue now. All right, let's talk about Blackout Bill. The year was 1988. I went to a friend's afternoon party in Hollywood, and I had a few too many beers. A lot, actually. It turned into too many, and I found myself completely f***ed up at 6 p.m. While everyone else was still barbecuing and having a good time, I ended up passed out in the cab of my friend's pickup truck. And so, you see, my friends had no intention of taking my passed out ass home to downtown LA. So like the Weekend at Bernie's guy, they just sort of picked me up and took me along for the ride. You guys want to go to the whiskey tonight? Sure. Well, let's bring old Jizzo. And while they all went inside the whiskey to party, they left me outside, still in the car, passed out, parked across the street on Sunset Boulevard. The windows were rolled down, so I could get some air. I was dreaming of green leafy fields and billowing shafts of rolling wheat when I woke up to a strange biting sensation. A cop on a horse had sauntered up to the car, and the horse had stuck his gigantic head inside the car and was casually nibbling my ear. Gah! Giant horse's head! Giant horse's head! Are you okay? The cop asked from his horse. Yeah, fine, I said. I sort of gave a little half salute and laid back down. I'm just waiting for my friends. The cop chuckled a little. They both shook their heads, horse and man, and off they went. Clip, clop, clip, clop. See, this was a different time. Cops were much cooler on the strip than they are now. Today, I probably would have been tased. Anyway, I fell back asleep and I dreamed. I woke up again later that evening. I woke up lying down on a lounge chair by someone's pool. No idea where I was, how I got there. They had apparently, moved me again. There was a guy lying next to me on another lounge chair, a fellow drunken idiot. I recognized him as another lead singer in a competing band. I won't say his name because he's dead now. There we were, the two of us, staring up at the night sky, helpless and alone, 2 sacks of shit on a Saturday night. Thanks, alcohol. Thanks again. Sometimes I would get rowdy when I drank, especially when Jack Daniels was involved. I used to hang out with Dizzy Reed's old band, The Wild, and when they drank whiskey, shit got weird. I became Mr. Hyde. I became Crazy Horse, picking fights and breaking things. Not much fun to be around, I guess. One night, I got it into my head that car antennas were fucking up the world. I don't know why, but I spent all night one night walking the streets of Hollywood just snapping car antennas off of cars and collecting them like a basket of car antennas. I don't remember taking them home. I don't remember how I got home, but when I woke up the next morning, there I was in my bed with about 200 car antennas lying on a quilt of metal car antennas. That was probably the most metal I'd been up to that time. Thanks again, alcohol. Sometimes I was the designated drunk passenger. Girls would take me on a Hollywood joyride, drinking and driving down La Brea, down La Cienega, down Pico. We cruised the city. Periodically, we would have to pull over to let the girls puke, and I, being the gentleman, would hold the girl's hair while she vomited. Off you go, partying into the night, and the next morning, you find yourself seatbelted, strapped into the car like an astronaut. Where am I? Who am I? What am I doing? When there was no beer, there was wine. I had zero experience drinking wine, you see. I thought all alcohol was created equal. I was at a party one night. Someone handed me a large glass. I think it was a big gulp full of cheap white wine. And it went down easy and came back hard. The party was hosted by this lovely girl who had just broken her leg in a skiing accident. So I returned the hospitality by kicking out her crutch as she walked by. The drinks, the crutch, the girl went ka-thump on the floor. After that, for some strange reason, it seemed I was no longer welcome at the party. So I just grabbed a girl, any girl, and ran from the enraged mob. I remember drunk driving home back to my place. I was Malcolm McDowell in Clockwork Orange, hogs of the road, running red lights one by one, the girl screaming hysterically, and me screaming with rabid joy, "We're all gonna die! We're all gonna die!" I made it home, finally. I don't know how, and both of us passed out cold. The next morning, we woke up bleary, and she looked at me. "I'm sorry, I'm too hungover to blow you." "That's okay," I said. "I'm too hungover to be blown." You see, it's a weird dynamic. In Hollywood, everyone sleeps with everyone else. Your ex-girlfriend f***s your best friend. And because this is Hollywood and so liberal and so cool, we're all supposed to yawn. We're all supposed to be cool about it. You slept with someone for a while, then you dumped her, or she dumped you, or she bigger, bettered you. Dyed black hair and tattoos, lip service jeans. I guess we all look the same, so that probably made it easier. The communal tag team train was fine as long as you weren't a sexual weirdo. If you like putting things, say, up your rear end, then maybe it wasn't such a good idea to sleep around. Stories circulated fast in that small community. Your boy, he likes bananas. Bananas? Yeah, you know. Boop, boop, boop. Any specific brand? Brand? You know, Chiquita, Dole. Chiquita, I think. Yeah, Chiquita. Wow. So let that be a lesson to you, dear readers. If you're going to do cocaine and stick a banana up your ass, you better marry whoever you're with, or just cut her tongue out. Desperate times called for desperate measures. You drink an entire 12-pack of Budweiser and eat a whole bag of flaming, spicy red Cheetos. Now that is some fucking pain. Bright red hot vomit out the front and spicy hot Lincoln Log diarrhea out the back. I had a young cadre of up-and-comers that used to follow me around back then, trying to one-up Blackout Bill. Get more fucked up than Bill, get more stupid than Bill, find the biggest guy in the room and challenge him to a duel to the death. You know, what would Bill do? Yeah, when I got my record deal, I lost my entourage. They were mad that I stopped my suicidal tantrums. They were disappointed. Dude, you've changed. You're different now. Well, yeah, I said. I got a record deal. I'm not angry anymore. We used to look up to you, man. You were cool. Now you're not cool anymore. I am cooler now. Just not how you think. I have a real job, maybe. A possible career, maybe. A possible future. I'm putting down my Viking cap and I'm trying to rein in my wicked ways. So you see, I'm still down with G.G. Allin. I just don't want to be G.G. Allin anymore. Big difference. Where are those kids now? All those lost boys. They grew up eventually. When the strip died, they moved on to serial killing or pulling the wings off flies. Still carrying the torch for rock, just like me. I tell funny stories, and then I go out on the weekends and I go rock out. Still crazy, but not stupid anymore. You know what I mean? That's it. It's your old pal Jizzo, rockin' and rollin', and we'll see you next time.